A pleasant day, STEM learners. This is Sir Peter, your statistics and probability teacher. So this is the last video lesson for week number 6. So this time, we will perform the Pearson product moment correlation coefficient, which is also known as Pearson R. So at the end of this video lesson, you should be able to calculate the Pearson's sample correlation coefficient and solve real-life problems involving correlation analysis. So the Pearson product moment correlation coefficient, or Pearson R, is most commonly used statistics to measure the degree of relationship between two variables. So it was developed by Carl Pearson, that's why it's named after him, and it evaluates the linear relationship between two variables. So the formula for R is equal to N times the summation of xy minus the summation of x times the summation of y over the square root of the quantity N, the summation of x squared, minus the summation of x squared times the quantity N, the summation of y squared, minus the summation of y squared. So remember that R is the correlation coefficient, N is the number of ordered pairs, x is independent variable, and y is the dependent variable. Now, this is how we interpret the value of a Pearson R. So when you compute for a Pearson R, it's always between 0 to 1 and 0 to -1. So meaning the values must always be between -1 and 1. So if there is no correlation, then that is 0. So from positive negative 0.01 to 0.24, so that's very low. So if it is negative, then that is negative, very low negative correlation. Or if it is positive, then it's a very low positive correlation. 0.25 to 0.49 is moderately low. 0.5 to 0.74 is moderately high. 0.75 to 0.99 is very high. And positive -1 is a perfect correlation. So meaning if you get +1, then that's a perfect positive correlation. When you get -1, that's a perfect negative correlation. So let's have this example. Let's compute the Pearson R to measure the relationship between two variables. So first is you list down all the x values for age and all the y values for weight. And we get x squared. So how do we get x squared? So we square 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, respectively, for the third column. So we have 121, 144, 169, 196, 225, 256. Next, we get the square of the second column to complete y squared. So we have 1369, 41 squared is 1681, 40 squared is 1600, 42 squared is 1764, 45 squared is 2025, and 51 squared is 2601. You can double check using your calculators. And for the fifth column, we have to multiply the bivariate data, 11 times 37, and so on. So we'll have 407, 12 times 41, 492, 13 times 40, 520, 14 times 42, 588, 15 times 45, 675, and 16 times 51 is 816. And next is to get the summation of all the columns. First, we get the summation of x, that is 81. The summation of y, 256. The summation of x squared. 1,111. The summation of y squared, 11,040. And the summation of xy, that is 3,498. Step number 2, using the table, we now compute for Pearson R. So we use the formula n times the summation of x times y minus the summation of x minus the summation times the summation of y all over the square root of the quantity and the summation of x squared minus the quantity, the square of the quantity summation of x times the quantity n, the summation of y squared minus the square of the summation of y. Substituting the values, so we have 6, which is n, because we have 6 child representing the age and their weight respectively. And then get the summation of the fifth column, that is 3,498, minus the summation of x, which is 81. The summation of y is 256. And then again, the square root of 6, that is n. The summation of x squared, that is the third column, 1111, minus 81 squared. So look at how these two symbols are different. And then times the quantity 6, summation of 11040 minus the square of 256, which is the second column. So if you have a scientific calculator, then you can directly input these values. So using the scientific calculator, we have 252 over the square root of 105 times 704. That is 252 over the square root of 73,920. And R is 0.92687 or approximately 0.9. So we round it off into 2 decimal places. And using the interpretation, 0.93, meaning there is a very high positive correlation between the age and the weight of the child. So meaning as the age of the child increases, his or his weight tends to also increase, and vice versa. As the child, of course, the lower the age of the child, then the lower the weight is. So that ends our discussion for week number 6. Again, this is Sir Peter, your statistics and probability teacher.